everybody. I'm Lori Pinhorn, social worker and holistic nutritionist.
And I'm Lisa Pinhorn. I'm a pivotal response therapist, an adult educator, and a autism mom.
And we are the creators of Feeding Futures. So, welcome back. We're here for another health tip. And today we're going to talk about a super important mineral that is called magnesium. Now, anybody who works with me knows that I'm a bit of a magnesium pusher. And that's because the science is showing us that 3 out of 4 North Americans are deficient in magnesium. The reason being is that the magnesium that we eat comes from the ground in through the fruits and vegetables that we eventually eat. And if your soil is deficient in magnesium, then the produce is deficient in magnesium. And this goes back to farming practices and things like that. Now, magnesium is one of those things that you need in your life, in your body, because it's responsible for over 300 biochemical processes. Can you believe that?
I didn't know that.
In your body, use magnesium.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I know what happens to me when I finally get it in my body, and my body feels better, but I didn't know that it was over 300.
And it's one of those minerals that once you get your magnesium back up into where it's supposed to be, into an optimum level, you're going to just feel amazing. So you get it from certain vitamins, from certain foods, but you can also supplement it.
Yes, and I guess if you're watching this, it's probably because you have a picky eater. And if you are living with a picky eater, I think everybody could raise their hands and go, they're not eating vegetables, they're not eating fruit. Yeah. So, magnesium is an important thing to think about a supplement for.
Yeah. So if you have a picky eater, then there's a couple of options around how to get the magnesium in. And I can tell you that most of us, especially if we're stressed, we're deficient in magnesium because guess what? You know, cortisol and adrenaline and those hormones that get really revved up when we are stressed out, your body actually uses magnesium to make those. Right. So when you're really stressed, you burn up magnesium because you're using it to make the cortisol and adrenaline. And then you're deficient in it, and then you get more stressed out because you need it.
Right. And that sounds
like vicious cycle of stress and magnesium.
The wonderful thing about magnesium is that, because I know what everybody's thinking, how am I ever going to get it into my kid? Or how, if you have a little bit of a sensory issue yourself, you don't like swallowing pills, you don't like doing whatever. Magnesium, the godsend about magnesium is that there are lots of ways to get it
creative options.
And very autism-friendly, therapeutic ways of getting magnesium into your child's system. So the first way that we
have this, True Calm, it's called. This is a powder. You put a couple of teaspoons in some warm water, stir it up, and you can drink it like a tea. Yes. There's flavored versions of this. This one is a lemon flavor. Tastes like neocitrin. You can get berry flavored ones. You can get an unflavored one if people don't like the flavors.
And I was walking out of the supermarket the other day, and the big bin of stuff that was on sale from the organic food section was in the door, and this stuff was on sale for 50% off. Like sometimes you can actually get it. I'm all stacked up on it. Wow. It was and of course, people don't really know what it is, but it was the orange flavor stuff. They were giving it away. Basically.
Yes, and if you're having trouble sleeping, or if you're parents, when you're living with people who are living on the autism spectrum or any kind of special needs, it's hard to sleep. You're revved up all the time. I can promise you that you're going to have an experience where you're going to have this before you go to bed. This is what I usually recommend.
Absolutely.
And you can actually feel like, whoo.
It's true.
Whoo, things get like, well, what happens is magnesium actually helps reduce muscle tension. Yes. So when your muscles are really tight, the magnesium helps relax things. You got a pain in your neck? This is actually, chronic neck pain is a sign of magnesium deficiency because we're like this all of the time. So this is an option. God love people who made the magnesium gel.
Oh, absolutely. It's made by the same company, and it comes in the gel form, and you mix it with water, so the dosage is different for adults and children. And the glorious thing about that is that you can make it into a deep pressure activity for you and your child. And we all know how much these children seek deep pressure. So it can be a calming exercise where you take it and you can massage it into children's legs and their arms and stuff like that. And it absorbs in through their skin. And it's not, this is this is not something where you kind of go, I wonder, is this going? It actually works. It's one of those things. It's also, you can put it in their baths through Epsom salts.
Yes.
And there's no better calming
Yes.
activity for a child on the spectrum than
Yes.
in warm water with, the ability to kind of float around for a little while before bed. If you're having difficulty with sleeping time and getting children to sleep in bed, the very first thing that I would recommend is
Yes.
a bath ritual with Epsom salts in it. And you can
Yes.
buy great big vats of it at Price Club and Costco.
Yeah.
It's really cheap. It's so cheap. And then you can put your own scented oils in it. We put lavender oil.
Lavender will help sleep too.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
One of the bath tricks is just to make sure that the water, the warm water, is up
Yes.
around the chest, because the most magnesium is going to be absorbed through the chest here, because the skin, like your skin is pretty thin here, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to get the best absorption there. So if you're struggling yourself to kind of de-stress, when I'm having a really revved up day, I have some of this. I just kind of sip out of in the run of my day. Definitely before bed. You have the gels, you've got the Epsom salts. You can actually buy magnesium tablets too if that's something that you're interested in. Just make sure you get a really good, high quality supplement. Not buying right off the shelf and probably not a really good,
Yes.
high quality supplement store. You might be taking it and you're thinking, well, this is not really working. And it's because it's not working. It's because it's a low quality supplement.
Yeah.
So make sure. Call us if you're wondering where to go get your supplements, because we're connected in that world too.
Exactly. Two other things I would say is that magnesium is excellent for children who are constipated.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, and we should say to to people that once you start taking it, a side effect is it has laxative properties. So you might want to really watch.
Yeah.
Once you hit the point where things are moving too fast, edge back just a little bit so that you're in your safe zone.
Exactly. And the last point about magnesium is that we in the autism world, every time we're Googling about sleep, because it is such a challenge. Most of these children don't sleep. They don't have quality REM time. Kids don't sleep. Parents don't sleep. Nobody's sleeping. So sleep is a very big issue in our world. And we're always told to take melatonin. And melatonin is good for some people, but it's not good for others.
And none of us should use it every night. Let's be honest about that. If you're reading research that says take melatonin every single night, know that you're actually compromising the quality of your sleep, because eventually your natural melatonin doesn't get a chance to do what it's supposed to do, and you're going to get a melatonin rebound, and then you're going to be back in square one again. And most of the time people are taking too much melatonin too. But that's another video.
Exactly, it is. But anyway, we clearly love magnesium. We can't hide it. Yeah, we should get a kickback.
I know. We'll see you next week. Please share the video, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.